What up, this your boy Roy Jones Jr. and you're watching.
This is Faisal for Lights Out, proudly sponsored by Spartans Law. We're here at Bournemouth Beach, delighted to be joined by Sky Sports Boxing's very own former Cruiserweight World Champion, Mr. Johnny Nelson, the MVP, the main face of Sky Sports. I've run out of good things to say about you. Johnny, how you doing?
I'm alright, thank you very much. This is nice, this is. On Bournemouth Beach. What a gig, man. What a gig this week. Look, people just running on the side of the beach, sunglasses on. It's like being in Miami, motherfucker. But I like this, it's really nice.
Yeah, I mean, like, nice weather, nice beach, lots of people out here, and a bit of boxing. What more could you ask for, right?
Yeah, no, and the thing is, Billam-Smith has always wanted this to fight here in Bournemouth. And I've been down here a few months ago with my mates for a long weekend. It was nice. It was pretty cool, and I thought, God, wouldn't it be nice to have a fight down here? But so for Chris, if he wins, this is the first of many. If he loses, I can't see why we couldn't come back here again, because it's a great venue and a great location.
100%, definitely wouldn't mind coming down here. I've brought my family as well, and they're chilling on the beach right now. So listen, put a bit of graft in, spend a bit of time with the family on the beach.
So
what was that?
Are you going to go in the sea?
I am. What about you?
Are you mad?
Why, you scared of water?
Sharks. Now don't tell me no sharks are there, because there ain't no great saying sharks can't come here. Just because they don't tell you sharks are there, don't mean sharks aren't there.
You've eaten too many punches,
like
Johnny.
A big piece of steak. So I'm just saying, all right, I look like a seal as far as the shark's concerned. So who's going to get picked off, me or you?
I think there's more chance of me getting picked off because you're a much bigger guy than me.
No, yeah, more chance because I won't be in the sea.
We'll talk a bit about the main event first before I start playing tricks on you. Chris Billam-Smith versus Isaac Chamberlain. Very good fight. Both fighters have suffered a defeat in their career. But is it a case of the winner of this fight moves forward towards a world title and the loser sort of has to slightly rebuild?
Allegedly, yeah, it's the IBF title or an eliminator is in touching distance for these fighters. You've got to remember, we've got a little stable of cruiserweights now in the UK where they can fight each other, and they're all good fights. Isaac Chamberlain, it's nice to see him back on the scene again after he's lost 6 fights ago to Lawrence Okola. He's grown up now, it's too early for him in that stage of his life. Chris Billam-Smith has also grown up. These two are sparred together, so they're familiar with each other. They can't take much from the sparring. But again, the fight itself is a good fight. Isaac has the skills and movements. Took himself back to the drawing board, and he's been working hard to adjust things that he thinks he needs to his fight game. Chris Billam-Smith, very strong, very fit. I reckon his game plan is they'll have told him to stick to Isaac no matter what, hoping he'll fade from round 8 onwards, and if he's behind on points, that's when he catches up. For Isaac, he's saying that he's going to work to the body. Don't be fooled by that. Isaac Chamberlain's hands are fast enough. He has the variety enough to try and outbox Chris, but he's got to keep him off. He's got to hit him hard. Isaac's problem is he's too easily talked into an argument, as in to stand there to have a toe-to-toe. Isaac's got to stick to his plan, stick to his game plan. Box and bash at your pace, where you're comfortable doing it, not when your when your opponent wants to do it.
Nonetheless, it makes for a good main event. Also, we've got the pro debut of Benn Whittaker. Was it you that said that he reminds you slightly of Prince Naseem Hamed?
Yeah, man, without a doubt. I was with Ben when he landed back into the UK this week, and after training camp, and I told him that night I was watching Conor McGregor, The Rise of Conor McGregor
on Netflix.
Yeah, man. Good watch it. And you saw the beginning. You saw how this guy developed into who he was. And straight away I thought about, that's Ben. I look at Naz. I look at the rise of Naz. I think of Ben. Ben has that, I want to say Marmite, but I say Vegemite because Vegemite tastes nastier than Marmite about him. And you either love him or loathe him, so that means you're going to watch him because you want to see him lose. He has that ability to either, excuse my French, piss the press off. Again, they'll want to watch him win or lose. So I'm just, if he's got that transferable skill to take what he brought into the amateurs into the pros, which I think he has, this guy could be a wealthy superstar.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how the first 18 months of his career pans out after speaking to Sugar Hill Stewart that claims he's ready to get pushed into the deep end, but only time will tell. Johnny, news broke to us yesterday that Sky Sports will be broadcasting the rematch between Alexander Usyk and Anthony Joshua. You must be delighted with that.
Yeah, without a doubt. Before, when I thought we didn't have it, I was gutted. I said I was gutted. I'm like, man. But now, like, we got it. Again, my complaint is nobody tells me their secrets. Why is that? It's like I can't hold one. So when I found out yesterday, I was more than happy. I thought that's a great shout. I'm so looking forward to it. It's nice. It's a good journey to be on. It's a good story to be behind. To say if Anthony Joshua pulls it off, you were there when he became the 3-time heavyweight champion of the world. So big looking, I know that is. Yeah, it'll be good. It will be good.
Every time I speak to you, we've spoken about what Anthony Joshua needs to do, how we think he's going to set up tactically, especially with new trainer Robert Garcia in his corner. But let's focus on Alexander Usyk. Personally, I think he's got to be prepared for a dogfight. I personally think he's in for a scrap. Does he need to sort of adapt his game in this fight, or do you think just going there with the same game plan that he did in the first fight?
Well, Anthony Joshua boxed the wrong tactics in the last fight and lost, almost got stopped. But you looked at Usyk's face afterwards, it looked like he'd been run over by a truck. And he made the fight easy for Usyk because he fought Usyk's fight. And Usyk didn't expect that. He expected Anthony Joshua to try and have a dogfight with him. So he made it easy for Usyk. Now he's going to make it hard for Usyk. So you know Anthony Joshua can hurt Usyk. You know Anthony Joshua's got the punch power to do it. He's not 22 of his opponents out. He's got the natural size, got the natural weight, got the athleticism, has a self-belief. So he has all the attributes to do it. So this is not an impossible task for Anthony Joshua. Alexander Usyk needs to intensify the pressure on Anthony Joshua to make him work twice as much through each round. In doing that, he saw Anthony Joshua was tiring towards the end of the fight. He'll probably pull the fatigue out of Anthony Joshua earlier than 10, 11, 12 rounds. So he's got to make him work. So stand there in front of him, give him a target, make him strap it out. But it's a tough ass, it's a tough fight.
Do you think Alexander Usyk will look back at the first fight and think, yeah, there's enough there to make me think I'm more than capable of knocking him out? Because I was just speaking to Matthew Macklin about it, and I said if anyone looked capable of getting a knockout and being more of a dogged fighter that night, it certainly wasn't Anthony Joshua. It was more towards Alexander Usyk.
Yeah, that's right. I totally agree with you. And Anthony Joshua chose the wrong tactics. So now he's got to go in there with the same mentality he did when he walked in against Dillian Whyte, but with the same education. Use his brain, he's got the experience, he's not the fighter he was, but he's got to go in there and roughhouse him. He's got to be prepared to push it to the limits and get pulled by the referee and told off by the referee. He's got to be prepared to play dirty. He's got to do that. He's got to get Usyk complaining to the referee. So when you do that, you know what you're doing is working. If he starts to try and play Usyk at his own game, why are you doing that? So he's got to rough him up. And I mean, lean on him. Hit him low on the blind side of the referee. Miss with the fist, touch him with the elbow accidentally on purpose. This is what Tyson Fury does, and he gets away with it. And look what has happened. So what I'm saying is, I know this is not ethical what I'm telling you, but what I'm saying is Anthony Joshua needs to rough it up. Make this man know he's in there with a big man that can bang, that's going to lean on him, make him work for his supper. That's what I'm saying he's got to do.
Any longer, I thought you were going to start coming out with all the Jamaican slang there.
I remember myself. I can pull myself back.
Fair enough. Rumours are going around about Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. about a fight being set for October the 8th or whenever it is likely to be scheduled for. That's a tough fight for Conor Benn. That's a huge jump up. Now, I don't want to talk about the possibility of the fight happening. I don't want to talk about what your thoughts on the fight. I want to talk about what you think Conor Benn has to do, being the smaller fighter, fighting a guy who, like Chris Eubank Jr., who does pack a punch, who is a powerful puncher. Given the fact that he's got to move up in weight as well, what does Conor have to do to beat Eubank Jr.?
Conor has to use his attributes, which is speed and movement. So we're not talking about if the fight happens or not. He has to use speed and movement. That's what he's got. That's what he's better than. That's what he's got more of than Chris. And Chris is good at that. And in doing that, that's the only way he wins it. He's not going to go in there and try and roughhouse and bully Chris because he's not big enough to do that. But he's fast enough to get the shots off, fast enough to have the movement to get in and out. He's fast enough to pull. That's how he wins the fight. And that's how it's got to be done.
Final one before I let you go. There's a rumour going around social media that Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor are in talks to get a rematch going. First fight was obviously back in 2017. Were you out there for the first fight? Right, so obviously I know you're going to give your thoughts on the first fight, but would you like to see a rematch?
I tell you, the whole occasion was amazing. You had Conor McGregor's supporters could not understand how we actually thought Floyd Mayweather would beat Conor McGregor. And you saw people arguing, almost physical fist fighting in the street. And it was mad. And like the boxing fans were thinking, are these people crazy? They're deluded. If this is good business and it puts bums on seats and it's good revenue as far as they're concerned, the business side of it, the fight can happen. What difference can Conor make? Well, Floyd has gotten older. And he's going to deteriorate bit by bit. What the chances of Conor doing something different? I don't know. I don't know what will be different in this fight. But I do know that it'll sell. I was at the first fight. In the first fight, Floyd probably showed a little bit too much respect to Conor. And that's why the fight went the way it did. So this time I think both guys are at a stage in their career where we want to make money here, so let's get this done. I'm going to knock you out, something like that. So you don't know, but it's interesting.
I know I said it was the final one, but now it really is the final one.
Yeah.
I was doing boxing predictions the other day with a friend of mine, and he picked out a really, really good fight, and a fight that I would have personally loved to have seen as well. All right, okay, can I name you your opponent?
Go on, huh?
A prime Johnny Nelson versus a prime David Haye.
Yeah.
Great fight. How does it go down?
I'd bore him to death. He'd walk into shop, Billam! Take him out. I will frustrate the life out of you. That's what I do with everybody. That's how
You were both good fighters.
Yeah.
It would have been a great fight.
Funny thing was, David and myself, we nearly sparred together. And I was preparing, I can't remember what fight it was, and David's team got in touch because they wanted to come up to do a bit of sparring. David was touring around the country sparring with everybody. I think I ended up sparring with Mark Hobson. And Dominic Ingles and his dad said, nah, we ain't letting him in the gym because we want to, there's a chance of us fighting. So it's not happening. I'm thinking, yeah, but he's going to say he won it. He said, no. When the fight comes on, then we'll do it. But don't let him know what to expect. So there was this talk about it. It just never materialised. I rate David, rating massively what he did at cruiserweight and what he did at heavyweight. So you rate him as a fighter. Did I rate myself at my best? Yes, I did. Do I think I was probably the best in the division at my best? Yes, I do. So for me to say I wouldn't beat him would be silly.
But at least you're brutally honest about it, Johnny, which we like.
Don't go down too well though, does it? I get roasted every time.
It's not going to happen unless you're planning a comeback.
Nah, that's I can say whatever I want.
Right, Johnny, a pleasure as always. Thank you very much for
baby there?
That is my boy right there.
Produce that beautiful boy.
Me and my wife did.
Really? Yeah. Now I can see she did, but you.
What are you trying to say?
What's his name?
Mohammed Salahuddin.
Mohammed Salahuddin.
Salahuddin, he was a warrior of the Prophet.
Inshallah. All right. Well done, mate. Is that your first?
That is my first.
Got some more?
Well, hopefully.
Discuss it with her.
Well, we're going to take a bit of a break. We're going to enjoy this one.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
All right, you know what? Enjoy the beach. Nice to see your families out here. It's just the best.
Thank you. My little one going to get a photograph of you?
Yeah, of course, man. Of course, Mohammed. That's the most famous name in the world. A prophet, an amazing fighter. Can I hold him?
Bring him in. Johnny, what advice would you give my boy if he is to go into boxing one day?
You know what? Be smart. Be where the TV cameras are. Work behind the camera, work in the office where the real money is. Subhanallah, alhamdulillah, wa ilaha illallah. Allah Akbar.
You've got experience being a dad. You fancy babysitting tonight? It's quite cool.
Babies, I love babies. You crazy? I love babies.
You won't like this one at 4 o'clock in the morning, that's for sure.
I got all girls, man. So I wanted one boy, one sheepdog. But hello, you alright? It's alright, man. I got your back. Oh, can I borrow him? Just for 20 years.
Take him. I think my wife might have something to say to that, but Johnny, thank you very much for your time, mate.
He's crying now. I'm giving him back now.
I know. A pleasure as always, and thank you for talking to Lights Out.
You're welcome.